Hey, what's going on, DFW Metroplex? My name is Jeff.
My name is Nope.
Two Dallas full-time natives bringing you raw, unfiltered truth in terms of sportscasting. This is the new Dallas Sportscast. We'll be bringing you everything in terms of the Metroplex and also outside of the Metroplex in terms of the sports world.
I'm telling you, we covering everything, man. We covering NBA, NFL, MLB, a little bit of hockey, covering boxing, just the general sports world. We bringing you everything you need to know, the facts, and our general opinions on everything that's happening in the sports world this day.
We appreciate y'all for tuning in and listening. We ask that you continue to tune in and listen. And if you like it, subscribe, share, and that's all that we ask. And we ask that you tune in also. So thank y'all for supporting, and we will be bringing y'all content as often as we can, as consistently as we can. So thank y'all once again.
Appreciate you.
Hey, what's going on, everybody? We want to welcome y'all to episode 1, the pilot episode of Dallas Sportscasting. We are your hosts. I'm Jeff.
I'm Nope.
And we are here to go ahead and get into it, man. Get right into it. And let's talk. First thing we want to talk about is the NBA. We're going to talk about the NBA and what's going on with the free agency moves. Things like that. We're just going to break a couple of things down in terms of free agency.
A lot of crazy moves, man. Even though I don't think this is like one of the more active years in free agency, like as far as like big moves, but there are some big names still on the board. Of course, you know, Damian Lillard, James Harden, even some mid-level names are still out there that I think still deserve to be on the team, and it's crazy to me that they hadn't got picked up yet.
Yeah, so you have a lot of players. Some players are going overseas, like Kemba Walker just signed.
I saw that too.
Kemba Walker just signed overseas. So, I mean, these guys can still hoop, contrary to what people think. You know, Dwight Howard still over there in China looking like Wilt Chamberlain over there, man. It's ridiculous.
Telling you, man.
It's ridiculous, man.
I think let's go and get into the biggest name still on the board, man. Damian Lillard.
Yes, man.
What you think about? First of all, what do you think about Portland sitting there still holding their cards and not going ahead and getting a deal done, even though that he did request a trade. He didn't demand a trade. So, number one, how long do you think it'll be before Dame is moved? And two, where do you think he's going?
It all depends on them in the front office, because right now they hold the cards because he's already contractually obligated. He already still has years on his contract. So the fact that they didn't get a deal done this offseason when everything was going on, or they even during the draft, they had the 3rd overall pick.
Right.
That lets you know they're going to hold their cards until everybody else shows their cards.
And it's crazy too, man, because you know a lot of other free agents were actually waiting on Dame to see where he was going so they could actually make their move.
Exactly.
So he's kind of holding a lot. The Portland Trailblazers are actually holding a lot of other people up from making their moves.
But at the same time, to me, it speaks volumes to Portland in the first place, because they've been one of those teams that have been middle of the pack every year, even though you have talent like Dame, and even when they had CJ, and they fall in love with small guards who can score.
True.
And they don't go and get defense, which would keep them competitive.
Or even a wing. I feel like even like, you know, maybe 2 years ago when they still had, or when they still had CJ 2-3 years ago when they still had CJ Dame, if they would have just added a solid wing back then, they would have really been competitive.
Yeah.
So it's just I don't know what Portland's whole agenda is as far as like putting a team together, because they, like you said, they're guard lovers, you know.
Yeah, they love guards, and they're willing to sacrifice defense for it. We've seen that time and time again.
Yep.
We know that CJ And Dame, they have the attitude of willing to play defense, but they just don't have that ability to do it.
They're not elite defenders at all.
Exactly. And so then you let CJ go, but then you basically plugged the younger CJ McCollum in and Anthony Simons.
True.
And then you went and got Scoot Henderson in the draft.
True.
But Scoot Henderson is 6'1", 6'2". Even though he's an athletic monster,
he got the bunnies.
He's 6'1". That size is not going to change for him. And so when you get those bigger guards like a Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, they're going to use that size to their advantage.
A little more versatility.
Exactly. Like guards like Matthew Brogdon.
Yeah.
They can go in the post and make plays on you because you're only 6'1", 6'2". And so I would love for Portland to actually make a move, but at this point, it speaks volumes to who they are. I believe they're delusional in terms of how close they are in terms of being a contender.
Another thing that threw me off as well is they paid your boy so much money. Jeremy Grant.
Oh, yeah.
They gave him a bag.
Yeah. And see, that was to entice Dame into staying. But at the same time, Dame is getting the sense that, okay, you spent that much money on him. We don't have much money for anything else.
Exactly. I think, if anything, that ran Dame off even more.
Because he literally requested the trade after it happened.
Right.
After it happened, he was like, okay, these guys are fully committed to this non-contending roster, and y'all are fully committed to it. And Dame, dude, he's been in the league over a decade. Right. He doesn't have time to go through a rebuild or to try to put pieces here and pieces there. You have to go ahead and make a splash move like when the Suns got KD. Right. You want to win now, and you are willing to sacrifice trade capital, draft capital in order to win now. But Portland, with the 3rd overall pick, they had room to operate.
Oh, yeah.
A 3rd overall pick, man, and you had a player like Jeremy Grant. If you wanted to sign and trade with him, you could have signed and trade in that 3rd overall pick. And then Nurkic. Nurkic is 7 foot, but he's not really an enforcer like that.
True.
So you want an enforcer, but that just goes to show they love offense so much. You can tell it by their roster. And so, to me, hopefully Dame gets out of there. Hopefully they reward his loyalty.
Right. Because
he's been so loyal to you. He didn't want to request a trade. I'm pretty sure he loves Portland. He loves the fans there, and they love him back. Mm-hmm. And hopefully he didn't take it the wrong way when they said, hopefully we trade Dame. Hopefully he took it as everybody wants to see him win.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So hopefully, he ends up in a winning situation. And to me personally, I want to see him in Miami. That's where I want to see him at.
Yeah, that's gonna put him in that Miami Heat culture. And then Dame being a vet, he could on top of Jimmy there, those two could really, I feel like they could really groom the younger players, to actually get into that dog mentality, which Miami already has the dog mentality. Those are straight shooters over there. Miami doesn't. The entire Miami organization, they are very professional. They don't play. That Miami Heat culture is really, really solid.
Right. And it's been that way since Pat Riley.
Right.
Pat Riley took over, man. And I mean, everywhere Pat Riley goes, he's a winner, man.
Yep.
It's evident as a coach, as a player. Everywhere he goes, he's successful, man. And then he moved to the executive role, which is where he distinguished himself from the Zen master himself, Phil Jackson.
Right.
Phil Jackson had the New York Knicks for a while, and we saw how bad the New York Knicks were.
The funny part is when he tried to implement the triangle in there, and it just
you don't have the players for that.
Right. Like
you don't have the talent for that.
You didn't have a solid big man to actually implement the triangle for it to work.
Exactly. Exactly, man. So me personally, I want to see him in Miami, and give them the draft picks they want. I'll give them 3 first rounds. It's Damian Lillard, and we're trying to win now. We've been to the finals 2 times. 2 times. Once in the bubble, once last year, and both teams this year had that mindset of teamwork. You understand what I'm saying? Even though Jokic is a star, a superstar, we know his game is predicated on getting everybody else involved.
Right.
Which is the same thing Jimmy Butler does for the Miami Heat.
Right.
And the Miami Heat, you can literally they have more room to operate because they go get undrafted players and put them in successful roles. And groom them. And then they just drafted a dog from UCLA.
What's his name? Jaquez?
I think it's Jaime Vasquez.
Yeah, Vasquez. Yeah.
You can look at him play and tell he's a dog.
Oh, yeah. He showed out in summer league.
And he fits so well into that culture. So, your hands off, he's untouchable. You can't have him.
Yeah.
You can have Tyler Hero.
And that's who they offered. They offered Tyler Hero
3 first-round
picks.
Who else can they offer?
And that's another thing I don't get why Portland didn't actually want to take that offer, because at this point Portland is basically in rebuild mode. They're rebuilding right now, especially if they trade Dame. You're in rebuild mode, so I don't get why you just. That's a good trade. Tyler Hero, which is a good solid player, solid scorer. He's gonna get you buckets. On top of 3 first-round picks, and it was another player involved in that too. I can't remember who it was, but I just don't see why Portland didn't go ahead and take that, because Dame already voiced that that's his number one destination where he wants to go.
And then that's all. If you look at it, that's all Miami needs.
Exactly.
You replacing Tyler Hero, a 20-point per game scorer, with a 30-point per game scorer.
Maybe 40. Right. 40 and 10, 30 and 10, guaranteed.
And then at the end of the game, you can have Jimmy and Dame to go to in crunch time.
Exactly.
So you have that, but then at the same time, Dame is so used to having shootouts and having to outshoot the other team.
That's what he had to do, because the rest of his team wasn't really fit to perform like that.
Exactly. So you have to score 50 and 60 and 40 to even give your a chance. It's almost similar to the Allen Iverson, the 76ers. What did Larry Brown say? He said, I want him shooting 40 times a game. That's the only way we can win.
Right.
Similar situation. Dame goes there. I believe his efficiency will go up because he's not going to be taking as many shots. And then he's going to get better quality shots because of the team aspect of things.
Hey, the two, bro, that will be dumb. The two-man game with him and Jimmy alone is going to be almost unstoppable. On top of the 2-man game with him and Bam.
Yes,
bro.
And Bam, and see, Dame his range is going to open up the floor for Bam to operate, and Bam can facilitate also. So if you can implement a lot of those things that they do with Jokic, and let Bam hand it off and screen,
right?
Let Bam sit at the top of the key and facilitate an offense because he has that ability. But then he has something Jokic doesn't have, in athleticism.
Right.
So he's a lob threat. He's a pick and roll pocket pass threat. He can fit into that. But one thing Bam needs to get is a mid-range game. If he gets that mid-range game, I believe that'll put them in another whole space in terms of offense.
His mid-range and fine-tune his back-to-the-basket game. If Bam fine-tunes his post game, Bam would be unstoppable.
Yeah.
There would be no way to stop Bam.
Yeah. And then he can facilitate from the post. And then he's already talented enough to face you up.
Yep.
He's already talented enough and quick enough to face you up. So he already has that. Just hopefully build up on that. And with a player like Dame coming in, hopefully that gives him he can pass down offensive traits,
right?
Offensive gems here and there that'll help Bam out in ways that Jimmy can't. Jimmy, no matter how he plays, he's a dog. Everybody knows that. But sometimes Jimmy struggles in terms of making, and it'll be bunnies. He'll miss. I've seen him miss a ton of bunnies. But the type of player he is, he'll get the rebound and put it back,
right,
and get it back and draw a foul because he's a dog player like that.
Yep.
But too many times I've seen him get a bunny and miss it. And when you have a player like Dame, give Dame the ball and give it 35 feet out. You got to guard him.
Yep.
You got to guard him 35 feet out. So all those backdoor cuts and slashes and cuts to the rim are going to be there.
They're definitely going to be
and
there.
Lob threats are going. And then you got Bam on the lob threat.
That's what I'm saying. That 2-man game is going to be.
And then if you end up keeping Duncan Robinson, you still have him flying around the perimeter.
Yep.
So it's going to, I believe Dame will be a good fit. Will be a perfect fit in Miami. I can't really see him. I really don't want him going anywhere. I'll say it like that.
I mean, I don't really think he'll be a good fit anywhere else but Miami. I mean, as far as contenders.
Right.
Because you think about the contenders, Boston, that wouldn't work, in my opinion. Milwaukee, that wouldn't work. Even if they swapped him and Drew Holiday, that wouldn't work.
Right.
I mean, who else? The Lakers may work, but the Lakers don't have the capital to pull that off.
Right.
The Clippers, no.
Clippers.
He needs to everyone needs to stay away from the Clippers. I mean, maybe James Harden could go to the Clippers, and still, in my opinion, that wouldn't work just because of the simple fact that Paul George and Kawhi Leonard, they're not reliable as far as their health.
Right.
And
especially Kawhi.
Yeah.
Because I feel Paul George, if you think about his injury history, especially
right, it's vindicated,
right,
because he had one of the worst injuries in NBA history. The fact that he's still playing,
and the fact that he came back better.
Right.
The fact he came back better because he didn't, first of all, we knew he had already 6'9" with super explosiveness. We saw that when he was in Indiana and they gave Miami a run for their money every year.
Right.
So when he broke his leg, he had to fine-tune everything else about
his
game.
Jumper, his mid-range, his threes, his handles.
What? Because come back, and I remember after he came back, and I think he played, the last 15, 20 games of the season,
like that.
to let it get his game flow back. But that next year, he came back, I'm talking about everything, and he was a 3-level threat.
Yeah.
He could stop in mid-range, shoot over you, go to the lane, and he's still strong. His body is so strong, and he can cook your ass and shoot a 3.
Yep.
And step back and shoot a 3 on you.
Yep.
So I believe Paul George is way more consistent because some things are spur of the moment things.
Yeah.
Like his shoulder, you can take time off to heal that and things like that. But Kawhi, his knees are just not there, man.
They're bad, man.
They're just not there. They're just not there, man.
Yeah.
And I mean, it's every year you need plays off, you need time off and games off, and he hovers around 50, 58 games a season.
Yeah, somewhere around there, yeah.
If that. But then it's always when he gets to those, you shut him down.
Right.
You completely shut him down, man. And we've seen what Kawhi can do when he's
100%. 100%. Kawhi is unstoppable when he's 100%.
We saw that 2019 run with Toronto. You had good players, but that's one of those teams that you have that one superstar player, and then you have good players surrounding him, and that's what you can do. That's what a championship team can look like. Similar to Dirk.
Yeah, right.
Dirk, you know what I'm saying? In the 2011. You knew Dirk, undisputed star, but then you got Terry.
Jason Kidd.
You had role players like Tyson Chandler. You know what I'm saying?
Ain't that when we had Pager too? Shooting on the perimeter.
Was Pager out there? I don't know if Pager was out there.
That might have been the year right before Pager got there, because I think Pager came. I want to say like 2012, 2013, something like that.
He came after. Yeah. Because I think they were still trying to. Dirk was still trying to give it everything he had. So you want to surround him with shooters to give him that spacing.
Right.
But everybody was pretty much aged at that point.
Yeah. And
then you just destroyed the championship team.
True.
That, and a big instrument and a big part of that was Tyson Chandler. Enforcing. You know what I'm saying? He was an enforcer. And then when he didn't block, he's contesting. He's changing your shot. So he that was a big aspect of the 2011 team.
Let's go ahead and move on, man. What you thinking about James Harden's options at this point? And where do you feel like he should go?
Well, at this point, I've heard and heard rumors and reports of him and Russ talking, because Russ wants him to come to the Clippers.
If I would tell you the truth, if I was Russell, I would not want him to come to the Clippers. That's just me being 100, man. Like,
I mean, your touch is gonna be down, but Russ has accepted his role now.
Not even that. It's just, James Harden. He's James Harden. He could still get you a bucket. He could still put up 40 at will. But I feel like James Harden has lost that drive. Like
he's got content.
Back when he was in Houston, MVP James Harden, like that was a whole different player. Like that, scratch the 30 a game scoring. He was averaging almost 13, 14 assists still.
Yeah.
And I just feel like that balance that he had, he's kind of lost it. And I think the 76ers are partly to blame for that, with the old pick and roll, just pass Joel the ball.
Yeah.
Like, I think that kind of messed up his flow. You know what I'm saying?
Rather than play off instinct and react to what the defense is giving you.
Right.
Because last year we saw him pull a Ben Simmons. He had layups a couple of times, and he's passing it to the corner trying to get an assist on a corner three or something like that.
Right.
So I believe that did hurt him. Because they were like, we just want you to facilitate. But at the same time, you got a bucket. Take the bucket.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Take the bucket. Step back threes, you don't have to be athletic for that.
True.
We understand that your driving game is going to suffer because of age.
True.
And at the same time, people realize that flopping, they just instituted a flopping rule this year.
Yep. Technical foul.
We understand that flopping was largely implemented in his game.
Yep.
If you look at all those step back threes where he got and ones on the three, he kicked his leg out.
Yep.
He kicked his leg out a lot of times.
Yep.
So, and then you have to remember, it's a usage rate thing in terms of scoring. He's a talented scorer, undoubtedly. But you take away all those free throws. You take away, and then at the same time, you have to remember, he averaged about 5.5 turnovers a game at the same time.
True.
So the ball is in your hand constantly. You're going to have that, but you still have to be talented enough to do that. But the driving game suffered, and once your driving game is gone, people are sitting on that step.
Yep. Every time
they sitting on it, man.
He needs to learn how to. He needs to work out with Steph during the summer and learn how to move without the ball.
And see, that's something that's what I learned with Steph, why Steph actually works out his diaphragm. You understand what I'm saying? So that's a whole different game. You either have that or you don't, in my opinion.
The thing with Steph is, Steph tires you out. Mm-hmm. Everyone that guards Steph, they say the same thing. Man, 5 minutes chasing Steph around, I'm tired.
You're winded.
I'm tired.
You got to come out the game, man.
Yeah.
And then, but that's what I'm saying. It goes back to, first of all, Steph didn't have the same kind of upbringing that James did.
Yeah.
James, what college did James go to? Arizona State?
Arizona State. Yeah.
Arizona State. And where did Steph go? Davidson.
Yep.
So he had that hunger and that drive because he was disrespected from the jump.
Right.
So he had that, and he was like, I'm already a good shooter, but how can I take that to the next level? Because he had to take it to the next level.
He had to get stronger.
And
now with him now, Steph is in my opinion top 5 finisher in the league as far as point guards.
Oh yeah.
And he doesn't even dunk.
And the thing about it is, people sleep on that because of his shooting.
Right.
His shooting talent. People sleep on his defense because of his shooting. And people don't even know. I mean, the year he won the unanimous MVP, he averaged 2 steals a game.
Yep.
But then if you watch him guard a player on the perimeter, he's sliding those feet.
Yep.
He's moving.
He's solid defensively.
He's solid
He's
defensively.
He's not a liability like he used to.
Exactly. And then of course, that comes with time and experience. But like I said, you either had that or you don't. And James has never had the ability to play off the ball because he's so used to having the ball in his hands.
Right.
When he was with OKC, six man of the year, they came in and let him run the offense.
Yep.
You got Russ out there slashing. I got KD coming off pin downs.
Yep.
Let him run the offense. And then you still young. You still driving and scoring.
Yep.
So that I hate they broke up that team when they did. Because I believe they could have won a championship with them.
Yeah, they definitely could have. Yeah, they definitely could have.
But you paid Serge Ibaka rather than him, which is really because James, he was satisfied with the six players.
Yeah,
six
man
role.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying. So, James, it's just at this point in his career, man. We already know it's just not there. You either have that drive or you don't. And I believe what Paul George and Stack and all of them on All of the Smoke talked about that.
Yeah.
They talked about some guys just don't love the game. Like
true,
you know
true.
what I'm saying?
You know, James Harden, I feel like he'd rather be in Paris at Fashion Week or
Louis V
be in the studio with Lil Baby and
and you can see it's obvious that he's just satisfied with where he is.
True. He's content.
So yeah, you just satisfied where you are, and then like I said, it's not like he's a third year player experiencing this. You over a decade in the league now, man.
He's on the tail end of his prime.
Exactly.
Definitely.
So, and I wouldn't even say he's on the tail end of his prime. I believe his prime was Houston.
True.
I believe his prime was Houston.
True.
You look at the Brooklyn situation. That was tragic as hell for everybody in Brooklyn.
Yeah.
Everybody in Brooklyn.
That just didn't work, man.
And he saw it wasn't going to work, and he jumped ship.
Yeah.
You jumped ship immediately. But then the messed up part about that is as soon as he got traded to the Nets, you already knew he wanted to go to Philly.
Yep.
So you were never invested in that. You were never invested like KD and Kyrie were. You were never invested.
True.
So you have that, and then you have the reputation of not caring, and then the reputation of trade me if things don't go your way.
Right.
It's no reason.
Has he on? I think he's only like moved in free agency once, and that's when he went to Houston.
Mm-hmm. He's been traded everywhere.
Damn.
He's been traded everywhere else, man.
That's crazy.
He's been traded everywhere else, man.
That's crazy.
And if you think about it, what free agency move did KD do? Besides Golden State. Same thing.
Yeah, same thing.
And people want to get mad. We're going to digress from James Harden on a little sidebar because Kevin Durant, he's so sensitive because you call him out on it. It's like, dude, you have to have no pride to join a 73-win team that you had down 3-1, first of all.
That is true. Hey, that's the perfect iteration of if you can't beat them, join them. So
but then you not prepared with what comes with that. Like, do you understand how loved you were before that? You understand me? Like, dude, it was you and LeBron. Even though Steph had won unanimous MVP, it was you and Bron
at the top of the mountain.
And people will argue down. Yep. I'm talking about barbershop arguments.
Yep.
It's LeBron, it's KD, it's LeBron, it's KD, it's LeBron, it's KD. And Steph over here still putting up 30 a game, doing his thing, unanimous MVP, still not even in the conversation. It's you, KD, you, LeBron, KD.
Yep.
And you join a 73-win team that you had down 3-1 the year before.
Couldn't close it.
And then people, this is what gets me. You're so sensitive, you made burner accounts to reply to people.
I thought he was trolling with that until I actually saw someone post one of the accounts and one of his posts, and I was like, come on,
But then when he got exposed, then you just start posting from your account. Well, I might as well go ahead and say what I need to from my account. They know it's me on burner accounts anyway. But then you get so sensitive when people call you out on it. And then at the same time, you mad at Charles Barkley for calling you a bus rider. You're a bus rider, fam.
I mean, if the shoe fit.
And then you get so sensitive because people really don't count. They put an asterisk by both of your rings, bro.
True.
They put an asterisk by both of them. You joined a 73-win team that didn't need you. And why did you leave? Because Draymond told you that on the sideline.
And in my opinion, I mean, this is not a factor or anything, but I don't think KD would have a championship if he didn't go to He didn't go to Golden State.
In my opinion, he wouldn't have. But then, at the same time, you have to remember, if he would have stayed in OKC, because James is already gone at that point. Yeah. So I believe you're right in terms of he wouldn't have had a ring. In that sense.
Yeah.
But if they would have kept the original team together, yeah, they would have had a ring. The original OKC team, yeah. But the fact that you joined Golden State, yeah, you wouldn't have had a ring, man. They won 73 games without you. Without you.
Even though they didn't win the championship, still 73 games.
73 games. And the only reason they didn't win is because of LeBron, Kyrie. LeBron and Kyrie.
Yep. Speaking of Kyrie, man, let's go ahead and shift to the home team, man. What you think about the Mavericks and our off-season moves this free agency and the draft?
I really like where they're at. They need a couple of more pieces.
I like Lively a lot.
I do.
I like Lively a lot.
I mean, he's what, 7'1"?
Yeah.
Yeah. I believe he's that enforcer that you needed. That's why I say they're closer than they were. They're better than they were last year, in my opinion.
True. Especially defensively.
You got a whole offseason with Kyrie to work. You got Luka coming back, of course. Mm-hmm. Even though he's jumping an inch off the ground and running 6 second 40.
Maybe a 7.
Yeah, maybe a 7. But he's averaged 32, 8, and 8. You can't stop him. So you have him, Kyrie.
Which you can't stop offensively. I mean, no one could stop Kyrie.
Exactly. So you got Lively. And then
Grant Williams, which is the key pickup, in my opinion. That is a very good pickup for us.
That's a good pickup. And
shooter, solid defender. He's a dog. He gonna give you his all. Like that was a solid pickup for us.
Yeah. And I still believe they're missing that wing that they do need.
True, especially because we gave up Finney Smith.
And
then we just gave up old boy in the Grant Williams trade. We just gave up our other wing. What is his name? Reggie Bullock. We just gave up Reggie Bullock too in the Grant Williams trade.
Well, Reggie Bullock, I mean,
he was still a solid defender a solid shooter.
Yeah.
Which is kind of offset because Grant Williams is both of those things as well.
I mean, but he's not the shooter Bullock is.
Yeah, true.
And then Grant Williams, it's a reason. They have a lot of talent in Boston, but it's still a reason he came off the bench.
Yeah.
It's because sometimes you can play a player too much and their efficiency and everything else will suffer.
Right.
Because they're meant to play 20 minutes a game.
Right. Not 32.
Not 32. So at the same time, I believe that it is a good pickup. But you still need a lot more, and then you need depth on top of that.
True.
Because it takes a whole championship. So I believe, at this point, they're still middle of the pack to maybe the 3rd, 4th seed.
Yeah, because I can see that. Fifth at the least, at the lowest.
Just based on talent, because talent sometimes can get you that way. Yeah. And then the West, it wasn't as strong as the East was last year.
True.
The Nuggets won 52 games and were the number 1 seed, man.
Yeah.
So you got Phoenix completely loaded up. So talent.
Bradley Beal trade, man. You see they just picked up Bol too.
Yeah, they just picked up Bol. So they have a lot of talent, but at the same time, their depth is suffering.
So, I mean, they've kind of addressed it with the Bol pickup. They picked up somebody else before that, a solid veteran wing player. I'm trying to remember who it was. They've kind of addressed some of the depth issues, but they still got a long way to go. Exactly. And they with the little money that they have left.
Exactly.
So at this point, they're going to be signing people to veteran minimums and middle. I think they maybe have one mid-level exception left to give out.
I think so.
Yeah.
And you got to remember, Chris Paul is gone, but then Cameron Payne isn't there anymore.
True. And then you heard they're going to have Bradley Beal running the point, which I don't think that's going to work. I would rather Devin Booker run the point, to tell you the truth.
I mean, but if you look at it, they're similar kind of players.
Yeah.
So, D-Book, he can run both of them can run the point. That's the beautiful part about both of their games.
Yeah.
Both of them can score, and you can have them run the point, but who's to say when we get in the game, when y'all score, I just do it vice versa. I just take turns of one of them coming off screens and getting a shot.
True.
Or, you know what I'm saying? You can literally, they're interchangeable.
Yeah.
And so that's the beautiful part about their games. But one thing we haven't seen is really Bradley Beal
in a winning situation.
Exactly. But then he's gotten better. We saw him when he was still still hasn't been in his prime yet.
Right.
But they were winning when they still had John Wall in his prime.
True.
And they were competitive then. But Bradley Beal isn't the player who he is today. So the player who he is today, and watching that come in, we'll see. We'll definitely see if he's really about that life in the playoffs, man.
Yeah. I think the catalyst with Phoenix is going to be whether or not Aiden actually nuts up and just be the big man that he is supposed to be.
Yeah.
That's going to be the catalyst for Phoenix.
Yeah. And see, he just came out, a couple of days ago and said the world is hating on him and things like that.
See, all that crying and stuff, man.
And the thing about it is you realize that you set the tone as a big man. You set the tone. When you can't go to the rim unimpeded, that sets a tone.
Yep.
Well, we got to shoot 35 threes today.
Yep.
You got to shoot. You set the tone. And then on offense, I watch him drop step so many times and
pass it out.
Or you lay it up when you can. Dude, when you're under the rim by yourself, rip the rim off the backboard, fam.
The man is what,
6'11",
250.
What? He probably got 5% body fat, if that.
The man is jacked.
And then you athletic as hell. So, dude, when you have a dunk like that, you realize you get the crowd into it. You get your teammates into it when you shack the rim. You understand what I'm saying?
And that comes back to what we were talking about before, about players not loving the game.
And the mentality, bro. And then at the same time, you have to remember you're going to get criticized because how many people didn't know you were going number one overall? They had somebody else going number one overall, and they drafted you.
True.
They drafted you. I know what they saw. They saw a baby Dwight Howard.
Yeah.
A baby Dwight Howard who actually went to college.
With an actual okay mid-range shot.
Yes. And that's the thing. We've seen you take the shots and be like, that's what did he say on Bad Boys? From now on, that's how you shoot.
That's how you shoot.
That's how you play. And too many times we can't say that because we'll see it 1-2 times a game him take a jumper. We see it 1-2 times, and then when you dunk, you just put your hands on the rim for technically a dunk, and that's how you dunk.
He don't have that fire, man.
You don't have that enforcer in you, bro. Yeah. You don't have that, and you're gonna cry that people are criticizing you for being soft. And I think Kendrick Perkins said it yesterday. He said the word SOF capital T. Soft to tuck. Soft to tuck. And then Kendrick Perkins wasn't the best, had almost no talent.
He was a dog, though.
But he was a dog.
Yeah.
You understand?
He had that fire.
When he was out there, you felt him. Hey, you go to the rim, you better make sure you go hard.
Yep.
Kendrick Perkins out there. You know what I'm saying?
He's going to block you or he going to foul the shit out of you.
And you better make sure buckle up when you go to the rim versus him.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying?
Aiden gets dunked on way too much.
And then stuff like I said, like dunks that set the tone. When you swat a man's shot to the fifth row, that sets tones.
True.
Seen you too many times get guard blocks where I got a fingertip on it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like you 7 foot, you supposed to be snatching these things out the air.
Yep.
And then I've never seen somebody's athleticism just disappear. I've never seen, dude. Like I told you, it's a huge talent discrepancy from college to the NBA.
Yep.
Right? So, of course, you're going to look good against guys who are just going for school.
Yeah,
right?
True.
But if you
counting majors.
Exactly. So if you jump 40 inches in the air, You can still jump 40 inches in the air, fam.
Yep.
Bro, how many times have I seen you half jump or you barely jump? Like, bro, you should be averaging at least 18 and 11 or 12.
True.
11 or 12, bro.
There's been too many games where I've witnessed DeAndre Ayton go sub 10 rebounds.
Yeah.
Like,
bro, you should be getting
that's unacceptable.
At least 10 a game, every game.
In your sleep, you should get 10 rebounds.
And you getting how 30 plus minutes a game? You can't get 10 rebounds? Bro,
KD out rebound. I think KD has out rebounded DeAndre Ayton for the past, I want to say, 3-4 years. And KD is not a big man.
Exactly.
Like that.
And then rebounding, people forget rebounding is some people have a knack for it and some people don't. When you don't want to bang in the paint, first of all, you 6'11", you know you're supposed to be a banger in there, 250 as a center. You got to bang, but too many times you get finesse rebounds when ain't nobody else under the rim. Everybody else jogging down court.
Yeah.
You gotta hope they shoot 30 times so you can get those rebounds.
Yep.
But if you actually got to do the dirty work and box out and find somebody to put a body on, bro, you're going to get 7 rebounds that game. You get 7. 35 minutes.
7 rebounds.
13 points.
7 rebounds.
And then you disappear. What happened that a couple of years ago when Dallas beat the hell out of Phoenix? You disappeared.
Yep. It got to the point where Chris Paul wasn't even trying to throw him lobs anymore.
Wasn't even trying.
Because he know you're not going to do nothing with it.
You're not going to jump for him. You're not going to do nothing with it, bro.
Yep.
Nothing.
That's true.
Nothing. That's crazy. And we understand, like, people understand, like, it's a human aspect of things. Like, okay, they're people. And some people can be too harsh and get too personal with people in terms of their criticism in sports.
I mean, but at this point, it's validated with him, though.
Exactly.
He's continued to show that to you year after year.
But it goes back to how you take it. If I'm talking about something personal, you got all the right in the world to be pissed. But if I'm talking about what your profession,
your game,
what you're doing in your game, you can't cry about that. You're not supposed to cry about that because, first of all, you're getting paid this much. You're getting paid this much to give me 7 rebounds. 7 rebounds when you face other elite, not even elite centers, but bangers in the paint, big bodies.
Perfect example right here. Remember Kobe's first 2 years in the league? And I know this is a stretch because Kobe's just different. But remember when people were telling Kobe that he couldn't shoot? What did this man do?
That boy stayed in the gym.
Stayed in the gym and became one of the most consistent jump shooters in NBA history. I'm talking mid-range, post, from 3, shooting off 1 foot, multiple pump fakes, spinning left
hand. Shooting threes with the left hand.
He did that after they told him that he could not shoot. That's just the motivation.
And that was one thing about Kobe, but see, they already knew Kobe's work ethic.
True.
Kobe's work ethic. If you look at his scouting report, jump shot was a weakness. They said athletic freak of nature. They said they knew that. But they said one of his strengths, work ethic.
Yep.
It's a post floating around that shows it.
Yep.
Work ethic.
Yep.
And then that's why the logo of all people traded for him.
Yep.
And said, hey. And then Byron Scott, he was still playing with the Lakers.
Yep.
He took Kobe on his wing. He said, rookie year. He said, this is going to be one of the greatest players of all time.
Yep.
He said, because what you guys don't see is what the work he puts in.
That man is in the gym 15, 16, 17 hours a day.
And the crazy part about it is, it's another example of it. When he was younger, when he had the fro, he had his hand bandaged up.
Yep. He
still had his robe on and pajamas on in the gym with a basketball, shooting with the left hand.
Yep.
Shooting with the left hand. And then, near the end of his career, I remember his wife asked him, she said, why do you still play games? He said, because, I'm talking about he had an ice pack, both shoulders, both knees, both ankles. She said, why do you play? He said, for those kids that maybe can only afford 1 ticket a season.
Yep.
that can only come see me one time a year.
Yep.
That's driving the game, bro, and knowing that you're part of something that's bigger than just you, which a lot of players don't understand. Players like Ben Simmons, players like James Harden. That
most of those
understand.
people are just there to get a check.
Those
players are just there for the check.
And you were just godly gifted.
Yep.
You were godly gifted to get to this point. But at the same time, it's frustrating because how many times did we hear the LeBron comparison with Ben Simmons? If he could if he could just get a jump shot.
And that was a slap in the face.
But see, back then it wasn't a slap in the face because we didn't know he didn't like to work.
True.
We didn't know that he wasn't fully invested.
True.
We saw the playmaking. 6'10", get the ball going coast to coast, diamond.
And you know what the crazy part about that is?
What?
People said the same thing about, Dwight Howard. If he gets a jump shot, he's unstoppable.
Yep.
You look at Dwight Howard now, he has a jump shot.
Yeah.
And for the fact that in my opinion, I think Ben Simmons can shoot. He just don't shoot.
He just doesn't want to.
He just doesn't want to. I think that man can shoot. Yeah, you seen him in pickup games.
High school games.
Even recently, you seen him in pickup games, Drew League and all that. He shoots jumpers. He just doesn't shoot them in the NBA game for some reason. I just don't know what it is with him.
I don't know what that is.
But enough of that. Let's segue to the rookies real quick, man. What you think about 1, 2, and 3, man? What you think about Wembanyama, Scoot, and Brandon Miller, man?
It is definitely going to be, I think, one of the closest rookie races we've had in a while.
And then you can't forget Chet. This is Chet's rookie season as well.
Chet, but then you remember Houston got a steal in my opinion in Cam.
Oh yeah, Cam Whitmore's up there too. Yeah, man. He's a baller.
To me, bro. Like, you can tell he's
and then you can't forget about Cleveland with Imani Bates. Imani Bates is a bucket.
Right.
Imani Bates is a bucket, bro.
And I think he fell under the radar because he downgraded and went to a smaller school, where he could show his talents like that. But then at the same time, we don't know what his work ethic is like, but I believe he has that work ethic.
I think he does too.
I think he has that work ethic because it takes a work ethic to go to a smaller college, but then not just use your talents, but then work and then be better than what you were at a bigger college.
Yep.
So, and then you fly under the radar, but then it may be a chess move to get drafted so low that you're on a contender already.
True.
You know
hey man, that Imani Bates and Donovan Mitchell tandem is gonna be once Imani really figures out the NBA game,
and
that's gonna be tough.
Then you look at it, bro. You got people sleep on Darius Garland.
Yep.
You got D. Mitchell, who has proven when it comes to playoffs, he step up. He don't go down.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying?
He's him.
Then he's
one of them.
Then you have Evan Mobley.
Yep. And then they got the other guy that
Jared Allen.
No, I'm talking about the other rookie that just won Summer League MVP. His last name is Mobley too.
Oh, that's his brother.
That's his brother.
That's his brother. They brothers. Yeah. The Mobley brothers, bro. Yeah, they brothers.
Cleveland gonna be tough next year, man.
Mobley.
Cleveland gonna be tough.
But see, that's what happens that's why some franchises can stay afloat so long, because they'll get sleepers because they got people who really know basketball.
True.
They don't go off what other people say. They'll go look at a player and be like, okay, he fits us.
True.
He fits us. You know what I'm saying? And that's why some teams, they just stay relevant, or they stay contending.
Yep.
Or they may be a 7th AC.
They get good fits.
And don't have no stars. Yep. You understand what I'm saying? No stars on the team, 7th AC, because coaching. And then you got just a system that they know you gonna fit into their system. You fit what we need.
Another good fit is Wembanyama to the Spurs, and another one, Brandon Miller to Charlotte. Because that Brandon Miller and LaMelo 2-man is.
But then you got Bridges coming back too.
Yeah,
he averaged 20 a game.
And he gonna be hungry because you know what happened to him, that kind of messed up his money. So
it did.
He gonna be hungry coming
contract
back this year.
Yeah. You let a personal opinion. You let a female destroy your bag.
Yep.
You let a female destroy your bag when you could have walked away. You know what I'm saying? It's hard to walk away because, first of all, women know what to say.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So, but at the same time, you have to remember when you a certain status, certain things come with that.
You gotta let some shit go, man.
You gotta let it go, man. And it's not even worth it. And you cost yourself over $100 million.
Yep. You finna get a big payday.
Well, they said you was estimated for 200.
Yep.
200.
That was the supermax for him, right?
Because he had just averaged 20 a game.
Yep.
He had just averaged 20 a game. You saw him progress.
Yep.
And then, of course, when you in the public eye, people gonna look at you, oh, he's a woman beater and things like that. They're gonna say stuff like that.
Yep.
They're gonna say stuff like that and don't realize the progression. Go look back at the years past. That man worked.
Yeah.
He works.
I think at one time he was averaging like 7-8 points a game, and he really made that transition.
He progressed. Yeah. That's work, bro. Kobe, he rookie year 8 points a game.
Yep.
You progress, bro.
Yep.
You understand what I'm saying? So you watched him, but then, like I said, 4th year, you finna get the Supermax, and that happened.
Yep.
People just gonna write you off. And then a good part about people writing you off is now I can work without all the noise now.
True.
I can work. I can just be in the lab. And when I come back averaging 25, you know what I'm saying?
People y'all gonna really see.
Y'all gonna be talking about me again.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So they do got, and then they have Mark Williams. They got a couple of centers who are enforcers in Charlotte. Yep. That fly under the radar, but they're really good centers though.
Yep. Like, okay, I'm gonna switch it up. What is your bold prediction for this rookie class in the next 2 years?
This rookie class, oh,
I can tell you mine off rip. My bold prediction: Victor Wembanyama will be an All-Star next year. Not this year, because he still has a lot to figure out with the NBA game. Next year, he's gonna be a top 10 center, and he will definitely be an All-Star.
I can definitely see that. I can definitely see that.
If only because of his defensive ability, because he's gonna be an elite defender,
right?
And then working with Pop, who is gonna fine tune his post game. You know he's gonna be in the lab with David Robinson and Tim Duncan, which he's already been.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
He's gonna be working with Tony Parker on his passing, Ginobili on his footwork, and you know, like,
and then he's going to bulk up.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's going to bulk up because now everybody says the game is still finesse. It's a lot more finesse than overseas.
Yeah.
You understand? So it may be an easy transition for him, like we saw with Luka.
True.
You understand? Because Luka said, "Hey, it's easy to score over here."
I mean, you gotta think about it though. Luka was 13 years old playing against pro players, cooking them.
But at the same time, when you're overseas, you already playing with pros anyway.
Yeah, that's true.
You know what I'm saying? So Victor Wembanyama been playing with pros.
That's true.
Since he was 15, 16.
That's true.
So, because overseas, they're very fundamentally sound. That's why they come here, and it'd be easy for them.
The easy transition. Yep.
Easy transition. I'm not getting beat up like I was overseas.
Yep.
Y'all can let me go to the rim.
I'm telling you, they overseas, man. All these fouls that we get,
licking they chomps over here. Boy.
They don't get them fouls over there. They overseas, they let them play.
They let them play, man.
They let them play.
They let them play, and they let them be physical.
Yep.
All of that. That's why, like, Luka, he was just like naturally strong, even though he not chiseled or anything like that. He naturally strong. You got that body, and then you used to people leaning on you and doing all this overseas, and then when you get to the league,
they giving you space.
I'm backing you down like it ain't nothing. Yep. I'm back. Who did he back down? DeAndre Ayton, didn't he? Exactly. That's exactly why
posted him up, hit a turnaround fade away on him.
Fade away. The fact that he even backed you down let you know you soft.
And Luka's 6'7", like what? 220?
230.
230, yeah.
But the thing about it is, it don't matter, bro. If you 6'11", 250 and you a center, bro, you're not supposed to give no ground to that. I don't care how strong.
Especially to a guard.
Luka is strong, but he's not strong enough to be able to move a 7-footer, bro. He backed you down like you wasn't nothing. And they just, you serious? Fade.
I hit a fadeaway on you.
Bro, what are you doing? Say, man. So, yeah, I mean, I don't know. I really can't, because it's, to me, I can't pinpoint any just, you got your special class, but you got all these other guys, man. Like
the Cam Whitmore, the Money Bates.
You know what I'm saying? You got all these other dog players out here.
The guy from the Heat.
Bro, all of these guys are more than capable of having great rookie seasons. So we'll just have to watch how they're implemented, because sometimes teams will wait to implement them. You know what I'm saying? Playing time. They're getting playing time here and there because they're rookies. You know, the top guys are going to play immediately.
Yeah.
But the guys like Cam Whitmore, he may get playing time just for the team he's on.
Yeah.
But we know, Imani Bates, since he was Cleveland, he may not get implemented until, maybe mid-season.
True.
He may not start getting real serious minutes until then. And
that's why I was saying Victor's gonna break out more next year. Cause you gotta think about it. The Spurs still don't really have anybody. So I can see Pop playing Victor a good 50, maybe 60 games, but he's not gonna just he's not just gonna throw him out there to the wolves and play a whole 82. In my opinion.
I don't think anybody plays 82 anymore like that.
Nah.
But at the end of the day, I believe just because he was the number one overall pick, they're going to play him a lot.
Yeah.
I mean, they're going to play him a lot, and then the Spurs got a lot of good role players.
They do.
You know what I'm saying? They got a Keldon Johnson. They got Trey Jones. They point guard. They have Sohan.
Yeah.
Which he was a sleeper pick for rookie last year. You know what I'm saying? Had a great rookie season.
Yep.
So you have all those pieces, and then you got a centerpiece in Victor Wembanyama. You know what I'm saying? Like you said, you may not win right away, but they're going to be a force to reckon with.
Oh yeah,
2-3 years from
they're
now.
definitely going to be a contender.
You know what I'm saying?
Contender.
And it might start sooner than later. It may start with baby steps. Like they may make the AFC. They may make the play-in this year.
I can see them definitely contending for the play-in this year. I can definitely see that.
So and then that's a step forward. Your first year with Victor Wembanyama, and then he ain't gonna do nothing to get better.
Yep.
So yeah, I definitely see an all-star in his future very soon, like you said.
Yeah.
Scoot Henderson.
Scoot's gonna be a human highlight reel this rookie year.
He's
gonna be a human, especially with Dame gone.
Yeah, and then they still have a couple of pieces over there too.
They still got Anthony, don't they?
They still got Anthony.
Yeah, they got Jeremy Grant,
and you got Shaedon Sharp, who they're really excited. He's an athletic.
Yeah, that man got the bunnies. Yeah, that's who got the bunnies.
He's an athletic freak of nature too. You know what I'm saying? So they got those pieces, but like we said earlier, it's Dame doesn't have time to wait for them to come into their own.
Because he done already been through that. He done already been through that with CJ, Anthony, all
of that.
Dame ready to win.
When he first got there, man, Portland wasn't anything.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? He got there, and then they drafted CJ, but it took CJ 1 or 2 years to get prepared to play. Yep. So then you got to remember he wasn't the centerpiece yet because LaMarcus Aldridge was still there.
True.
So he took the reins from Aldridge and things like that, and then he grew to the player he is today. And but I still can't pinpoint exactly who's going to win Rookie of the Year, man. It's
a tough one. It's a toss up this year.
It's a tough one.
It's definitely a toss up.
If I had to go with one, I might go with.
I think it's either gonna be
I think it might be Miller.
I think it's either gonna be Cam Whitmore, Victor Wembanyama, or Chet. Because you gotta think about it. Chet put some weight on too. Chet done gained like 30 pounds. He looking a little bit ripped. He still can gain a little more weight. I think Chet will be more dominant once he's around like the 240 range. Yeah. And still be able to move where it's just muscle. Like, cause Chet especially what I seen from Chet in summer league. Like, yeah, Chet ready.
Yeah.
Chet ready.
Yeah, most definitely.
Especially being out there with Shea too. Shea and Josh Giddey, who gonna constantly feed him the ball. Like, yeah.
And then you got, like you said, OKC already has a lot of pieces. They already got a lot of pieces.
OKC is stacked.
They got a lot of pieces that they need.
They are stacked.
Yeah, so they're going to obviously. I think they're going to be a.
I see them being 5th or 6th seed.
Yeah,
5th or 6th seed.
Mm-hmm. Yep. You got Dort. You got Jalen Williams.
Yeah, both Jalen Williams.
Yeah, Shea. And then you got Chet back and Josh Giddey, man.
And I think Shea gonna turn up this. Like Shea's already been a 30-point a game scorer. Like I think Shea's gonna turn up this year.
Yeah.
I think this is gonna be his real turn up year.
Yeah, I can see that. I can definitely see that.
Cause Shea's unstoppable, man. What is he? 6'7"?
6'6".
Can shoot from anywhere. Can get his own shot. Get to the basket. He can post you up. Like,
and then the crazy part, he shoots the three reluctantly.
Yeah.
He doesn't want to shoot.
He doesn't even shoot a lot of them. Yeah. That's the thing. But he can though.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah. Shea. I can see Shea being the face of the league. You know what I'm saying? Some years down the line. Once Steph and LeBron, KD and them gone, yeah. I can see Shea being the face of the league.
Yeah.
He has all the intangibles.
Him, Luka.
Yep.
Who else, man? Yeah, of course, you're going to have the rookies. They probably still going to be coming into their own.
Yeah.
But these next within the 5 years, it's going to be Luka. It's going to be
Shea.
It's going to be a couple more guys that are on their way up. The trajectory is on the way up.
Yeah.
And they just got to get a couple more years under their belt of making people believe.
Yeah.
Making people believe that this is who they are and it's not a fluke.
True.
So, to me, my dark horse will be Brandon Miller.
Yeah.
Just for the simple fact, I believe he's going to get some shots because they need offense over there.
Oh, yeah.
LaMelo provides offense, but he's also a facilitator.
True.
And Brandon Miller game, his catch and shoot game is A1 already.
It is.
It's A1 already.
It is. And he's a rim runner, and he's a banger too already. Like,
yep. And he's 6'9", 200 pounds.
Yep.
So he's not scared to go to the basket.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Even regardless of being 200 pounds.
And I like one thing I like about him is his resilience. People were dogging him for his first 2 games in summer league.
Yep.
Because he played terrible. And what did he do? He turned up.
Yep.
He turned up. Dog, like, yeah, Brandon Miller is definitely one of them.
Yeah.
He definitely one of them.
And I think Brandon Miller, his rookie year, I think he'll average about 18 to 20.
Yeah.
I think that's my bold prediction for him, his rookie season.
Yeah.
It's about 18 to 20 points, just for the simple fact he's going to automatically be that number 2 scorer.
True.
Behind LaMelo.
True.
And then we know LaMelo sometimes has.
You think he's gonna take over 2 from Scary Terry?
He hasn't.
Think he gonna take the number 2 scoring spot from Scary Terry?
Scary Terry is nice.
Yeah, Scary Terry's a bucket, man.
But at the same time, man, he's a bucket. I know he's 20 a game too, but that's why I say 18 to 20.
Yeah.
But because LaMelo, we don't know if he's gonna play the whole season too.
True.
You know what I'm saying? That's why Scary Terry took over as much as he did because he had to.
Yeah. Because
LaMelo was out. So, and then we all know that if Scary Terry take over, he's not nearly the facilitator that LaMelo is. So,
Scary Terry's a bucket. He's really not that much of a facilitator.
Exactly. Yeah. So he's more of a 2 guard, but then he got the size of a point guard.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So that's more shots for Brandon Miller. You know what I'm saying? And then he has the handles to handle that bit too. Yep. You know what I'm saying? So they're going to put the ball in his hands and Scary Terry's hands to, you know what I'm saying, get buckets because they're, like, consistent. Y'all the bucket getters. You know
and
what
I think that's going to help LaMelo work on his moving without the ball, his off-ball stuff more.
Right.
Because like you said, he got a big dude that can actually get him the ball at the same time.
Right.
So I think that's going to help LaMelo evolve his game too.
Right. Okay, so that's my bold prediction for rookie. I think Brandon Miller's going to average about 18 to 20 points a game. That's my bold prediction for that rookie class.
I definitely see that.
Yeah. So this next year coming up, who do you have winning MVP, Defensive Player of the Year, and awards like that this year? Who's going to be All NBA? It's going to be. You have so many talented players. It's hard to pinpoint it.
My MVP pick, off rip, my MVP pick is gonna be Giannis.
Ooh,
Giannis
gonna be hungry.
Man, Giannis is so hungry right now. Giannis is mad. Giannis is gonna. I think Giannis is gonna come back with a stronger jumper this year too. I can see Giannis averaging like 32, 12, and 12, or 32, 12, and 8 assists or something like that.
Yeah.
2 blocks, 2 steals.
But the simple fact that people are asleep on him under the radar because they didn't win last year and things like that. So I think because the year they won it, nobody expected them to win the championship. And that's the year they beat Phoenix. Wasn't it Phoenix?
Yeah, Phoenix,
Yeah, so you have that, but then Giannis is one of those players who has that Mamba mentality of I'm not satisfied with one championship. I'm not satisfied with being an MVP. I'm not satisfied with that. Because of where Giannis came from. Because of where he came from, man. I remember Giannis, when he first got drafted.
That man was 170 pounds.
And I remember the very first time I saw him on SportsCenter. They said they call this kid the Greek Freak. He did like a behind the back wrap around, took it coast to coast, and palmed that mug, and it was like, oh my God, he's almost 7 feet, ain't he? Yeah, doing that. So Giannis is that kind of player, and then they're bringing back the same team.
Yeah, they still got that core.
They still got that core. You re-signed Middleton. You still got Holiday.
They still got Brook Lopez as of now too, don't they? Or did Brook leave?
I think Brook left. I think they still have Bobby Portis.
Yeah, they still got Bobby Portis.
I think they still have Bobby Portis.
Still got Drew.
Yeah, he still got Drew. Matter of fact, I think Brook did resign.
Yeah, I think
they signed his brother.
Yeah, they do. They got Brook and Robin now.
Yeah,
they got Brook and Robin now.
Yeah, so you still got. I mean, come on, man. Y'all still had the same core that won the championship. And then you got players here and there sprinkled in that are added to the team to help. So the Milwaukee Bucks, I definitely see that.
That's my Giannis is my MVP. Matter of fact, Giannis is my MVP and Defensive Player of the Year pick.
Oh, I like that.
Yeah, he's my MVP and Defensive Player of the Year pick.
I definitely see that.
And he definitely will be making NBA All-Team first, which he always does. But he's definitely going to reciprocate that again.
I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to be inclined to agree with you, man, that he'll win MVP. Just for the simple fact, Giannis is in his prime.
And I think he's tired of the centers taking it.
Yep. And then because now I believe that you just don't give it to a person just because he's already won it now. True. You know what I'm saying? Like LeBron.
Or just give it to a person because he hasn't won it, like they did with Joel this year.
Exactly.
They just gave him
it. And then you got in the playoffs and shriveled up. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So he had good games here and there, but not nearly as consistent.
And then they was still banged up. Chris Middleton wasn't 100%. Brook Lopez wasn't 100%. It was really, in a sense, it was him, Drew, and Bobby Portis out there for the most part in the playoffs. So with them if them going into the playoffs 100%, they're definitely making it to the finals.
Yeah. And Boston, I believe they don't have enough. I don't think they have enough. Because right now they're talking about the extension with Jaylen Brown, so that's going to give you way less room to maneuver.
True.
You lost a dog.
Yep.
You lost 2 dogs.
Yep. Marcus Smart and Grant Williams.
You lost 2 dogs. Still got Robert Williams, but
still got Brogdon too.
Still got Brogdon, But who are y'all going to like? Brogdon is one of those quiet players. He gonna play and he gonna produce for you, and he gonna play defense. But Marcus Smart, one of them tone setting players. He gonna hustle. He gonna do all of this. He gonna dive for loose balls. He gonna lock you down. He gonna.
You know what I think
charges.
Boston's problem is?
What?
They rely too much on Jason Tatum. Let Jalen be that guy too. It can be two hymns on the team. It doesn't have to just be Jason Tatum. Let Jalen be that dude too.
And one thing about Jaylen Brown is his handle ain't as tight as you would like it to be. Like I believe he averaged.
You send him left. That's all.
You got the ball.
Yeah,
you know
pretty much.
He gonna
he need to work on that left hand.
You know what I'm saying? So we watched that how many times in the playoffs? For some left. So that gives you like precedent for the office to say, hey, Tatum our guy. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, if you a coach and you know basketball, of course you can have two. You got two guys who are elite like that.
Two almost guaranteed 30-point scorers.
And both of them are two-way players.
Exactly.
And both of them play defense and offense. But I believe it's almost damn near like the Easy-E thing and how Jerry treated Easy-E rather than the rest of the boys in the hood.
True,
and the rest of NWA.
You
giving this guy everything, but you don't realize everything else was a collective effort.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, Cube wrote, Dre produced.
Yep.
And they just put him in the booth and he spit it.
Yeah. True.
But you coveting him so much like he was the one who did everything.
Yeah.
And that's how y'all want to treat Tatum.
Yep.
Oh, he next up. You was 20 years old dunking on Braun. You all of that, y'all just, you keep doing that.
Yeah.
But y'all forget, y'all drafted Tatum before y'all drafted him. 3rd overall.
Yep.
Come on, fam. And Tatum was like already like that. People already knew what he was.
Yeah.
But Jaylen Brown, they were like, who the hell is Jaylen Brown? He an athletic freak
Came
of
out
nature.
of nowhere.
You know, athletic freak of nature, 3rd overall. You know what I'm saying?
Can still mix you up.
And he had that same kind of rise that where you saw his numbers year to year just go up. And he's the kind of player now where, like if you put him on another team, bro, he'll win a championship with a lot of other teams.
Definitely.
Bro. You know what I'm saying? Because he's a two-way guard.
Definitely.
/ wing.
Put Jaylen Brown put Jaylen Brown on the LeBron and AD Lakers.
Bro. Come on, fam.
Bro.
Come on, fam.
Bro, LeBron would have Jaylen Brown as an MVP candidate, bro.
Yup.
Just off taking him under his wing and giving him the game, bro.
Because LeBron is one of those type of players. He's not gonna gatekeep. He gonna give you the keys to the doors.
Yeah. He wanna bring out your full potential. You know what I'm saying? Like,
and shit. And if it's something that can compensate for that left hand, if they make you go, first of all, it don't matter if you an elite player. You can't make me go nowhere. You know what I'm saying?
Full example. I think it was one of those. I think it was one of them funny Jeff Teague interviews. No, matter of fact, it was Gilbert Arenas. He was talking about Kyrie. No, it wasn't Gilbert Arenas. Iman.
Oh, Iman Shumpert?
Iman. He broke down Kyrie.
Taylor. Okay.
Yeah, he broke down Kyrie so beautifully. He said you can't make Kyrie do anything that he doesn't want to do. If you give him the left, Kyrie will still go left and switch back and go right, hit you with a spin move, and before you know it, he gone.
And then he's so masterful at that's why his game is so. I don't care how many other players we've never seen anyone that gifted with the ball in their hands, bro.
That and
I don't care who.
The only other person I've seen, and I know for a fact that he mirrored his footwork, and that's Kobe. He mirrored Kobe's footwork, because you have to have elite footwork to do what he does.
But then at the same time, you got to remember, he was born left-handed.
Yeah.
So
he's technically ambidextrous.
Ambidextrous.
Yeah.
And he ambidextrous.
Yeah.
That's why he say his footwork matches because it doesn't like if we naturally right-handed.
Yeah.
For some reason, when we drive right or we do anything with the ball, it's just like this side dead.
Yeah.
That's why he say his footwork matches his handles. That's why he can do shit left-handed and do shit right-handed. Like, and then at the same time, bro, it's just I've never seen anyone be able to do anything they want to.
Oh yeah, and then that's another thing Iman Shumpert said. He says Kyrie is the only person who can score on you with no plan on how he's going to score.
Facts.
He's going off what you're giving him,
and he got a bag for you. That's what I'm saying. Like, I remember when he first got to Boston, it was a game versus Milwaukee, fam. It was the end of the shot clock. He was cooking. Nigga went into the defender. Second defender came to help, bro. He spun through both of them niggas.
I remember that.
Threw a floater up, bro. Like, bro, how he see him coming, bro? Ain't no way.
He got Spidey sense, bro.
That's what I'm saying.
That man got Spidey sense, bro.
And his balance is amazing.
Yeah.
His balance, everything about him, his angles.
Yeah.
Like the angles he hits the ball. Bro, I've never seen, he had one in the finals, bro. He stole it. He stole it on the pick and roll, and he like kind of threw it out there, bro, and let it like just let it hang out.
Like almost like a sham, almost.
You know what I'm saying? He let it hang out there, and when it got close to him, when he saw Draymond take a step towards him, he bounced it. Draymond fouled him. Nigga threw it up with the left hand, and the way it hit the glass, bro, like everybody else shot would have been off the glass, over the basket, off the glass too hard. That kissed the glass, went right in. Said, bro, I ain't never seen
that
nobody do that.
Impeccable.
Impeccable, fam. Impeccable. It's ridiculous, man. And his movements, you just know his movements are like are just masterpiece. Are just masterful.
Kyrie is literally a top 5 scorer NBA all time.
Most talented ever with the ball in his hand, bro. I don't care what you say.
Top 3 finisher all time, in my opinion.
Nah, I believe so.
Top 3 finisher.
And Iman Shumpert also said Kyrie's the only player to make you forget LeBron on the floor.
Exactly.
The only player to make you forget LeBron is on the floor,
exactly.
fam.
Does AD do that? No. You forget AD is on the floor.
Facts. AD. LeBron was trying to hand that boy the keys. That boy gave him her right back.
No, he said, no, I don't want it. You got it, King.
He gave him her right back, boy. He gave him her right back. And he was like, I'm trying to pass you the game, nigga.
No, I don't want it. I don't want it.
No, facts. Never seen, like, bro, everybody was like, oh my God, they got AD and Bron, boy.
I told you what it was, bro. AD got that championship, and he is good. He is content. He don't care. He is good.
Nah, facts.
He is good, bro. AD don't care. He don't care if he ever win another championship.
Of
AD
course, he's satisfied, bro.
AD is good. He got what he wanted. He good. He just want that one ring. He good.
And then I'll say, this past year, we saw glimpses of him being dominant.
I mean, yeah, you know, one game he gonna give you 40 and 18. Next game, he gonna give you 12 and 7.
No,
and then the game after that, he gonna give you 35, 15, and 5 blocks. And the next game after that, he gonna give you 15, 6 rebounds, a block, and he played 18 minutes. You know what I'm saying? That's just AD now.
I don't know what. It's ridiculous how inconsistent that boy is.
It's just AD now, bro. You gotta if you want to bet on AD, bet on him every second game.
Facts.
That's how you want to do that.
That's how you want to do that one.
That's how you want to do it.
Facts, man. Facts.
But we finna get ready to go on and wrap it up here for this first pilot episode, man. What's some other topics you want to touch on before we go ahead and wrap this up? We probably got another 12 minutes to go before we wrap it up. What's some other topics you want to touch on before we go?
Let's touch on this running back situation in the NFL, man.
The most underappreciated position in the NFL.
It's ridiculous, man, that they're showing that they're devalued the way they are. Now, if you're looking at it from an owner perspective, if you want to have a running back by committee, do that. Mm-hmm. But if you have an elite running back like Saquon, You have an elite running back.
You gotta pay that man.
You have to pay him.
He's the team.
He's the whole team.
He has been the team pretty much since he got there and Eli left.
Exactly.
He's been the man.
And then at the same time, look at teams like Tennessee.
Cleveland.
Derrick Henry.
Cleveland with Nick Chubb.
Exactly.
Like,
and they had Kareem Hunt. So they were doing it by committee.
Yep.
So you got to pay Nick Chubb. He's elite. But then you remember like Dalvin Cook had 1,300 yards rushing and he a free agent.
Yep. That's wild to me.
One of the fastest players in the league.
That's wild to me, man.
And then you telling me when Christian McCaffrey contract come up, you're not gonna pay that man?
I think Christian McCaffrey is like the second highest paid running back right now.
He is, but when that contract is up,
yeah.
What are y'all gonna do? Y'all not gonna pay him?
It's true.
Y'all throw him the ball and run him.
Now I think San Francisco gonna actually pay him though. San Francisco usually take care of their running back.
But they do. But at the same time, how much talent do they have over there that they have to pay? You got Debo.
That is true.
You got Brandon Ayuk, who's can be a number 2 on a lot of teams.
That is true.
You have George Kittle.
Yep.
Then you got your offensive lineman. Then you got Joey. Was it Nick or Joey? I think it's Nick.
Nick Bosa. Yeah.
Nick Bosa.
Yeah.
You got Fred Warner.
Yeah, they do got a lot of people to pay over there.
They got a lot of people to pay, fam. Yeah, they got a lot of talent.
Yeah.
That's why people was like, if they just ever got a quarterback, them niggas would be unstoppable.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Did we pay Tony?
Nah, he's on a franchise tender. He signed it though.
Yeah.
Like he actually signed a franchise tender.
Yeah.
Because at the same time, he might not know if he gonna be the same after that ACL.
Yeah, true.
So he was like, I might well go get my $10 million now.
Yeah.
Then if I am good, hopefully they'll give me some type of compensation.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because I think right now Dallas is in a spot where everybody that's key is signed.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I
Yeah.
think everybody is basically signed that they need to be signed.
Yeah.
And I think, matter of fact, after this year, I think it's a contract year for CD, ain't it?
Yeah, it is. It is.
Yeah.
It's gonna be his third or fourth year.
I think it's third or fourth.
Yeah.
Matter of fact, I think this is third. Yeah, I think this is a contract year for him.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is a contract year for him. So I don't know, it might get kind of sticky. But then at the same time,
you know the Cowboys, man. We love sticky situations.
Yeah. But then at the same time, you don't have Zeke's contract anymore. So that may be money to give to him. Give to Tony. And the crazy part, we saw Tony Pollard taking the job from Zeke.
Took the reins from. I mean, given that Zeke did fall off, but he took the reins.
Mm-hmm.
Tony showed he was him.
And then you have to remember the type of running back both of them are. Tony Pollard will shake the shit out of you.
Yeah.
So he's not getting as much contact.
Yeah.
Zeke getting hit.
Yeah.
Bouncing off people.
Yeah, Zeke getting towed up. You can tell that took a toll on his body.
It took a toll on you, bro.
Yeah.
And then I hate that because that's why they call it Negroes for lease. Because that's basically what you're doing. You giving them rookie contracts. Bro, he had 1,600 yards rushing his rookie year. And it just declined every year.
Every year?
When you getting hit with a helmet and pads in spots where you ain't got no pads at.
And then not even that, the amount, the hits they take from blocks too.
Exactly.
You blocking a 300-pound defensive lineman.
And then when you got blitzers that's coming full speed, you gotta dip, and then you gotta dip in front of the quarterback and stop that man. Yep. And how many times did we see Zeke do that?
A lot.
He did. He was a hell of a pass protector,
Zeke
bro.
was an elite pass blocker, bro. He was an elite.
And do you know what else is sad? Saquon is the highest rated blocker.
Yeah.
Pass protection blocker.
Yeah.
Along with Austin Eckler.
Saquon was the reason before Eli left that Eli was getting most of them passes off. Because their offensive line was trash.
Straight trash.
Saquon was the reason that Eli was getting most of those passes off.
Then people don't understand. This is what they don't understand, dude. Daniel Jones, his potential is for that contract. Yeah. That's strictly paid him off potential. Mm-hmm. This man threw for 3,200 yards and 15 touchdowns. Now, keep in mind, he ran for 700 yards.
And he ran for like almost 10, I think, something like that.
Yeah. So he's a dual threat, but at the same time, everything is predicated off Saquon.
Yep. If Saquon doesn't do what he does,
how many times do we see a read option? Everybody go with Saquon and Daniel Jones running.
Yep.
How many times we see play action and it's a big pass window because all the linebackers that came up for Saquon.
Yep. That's true.
Everything. Now y'all finna really see what it's like, what Daniel Jones is really like. But Daniel Jones had one good playoff game. He threw for like 300 yards.
Yeah.
But guess who was playing? Saquon was playing.
You need the running back to take some of the pressure and divert the attention from the quarterback. You need it is proven that you need a running game. Even Kansas, even the Chiefs, they have a solid running game.
Yep.
They have a solid running. You have to run the ball to open up the throwing lane.
Exactly. And then what they don't understand is everybody can't do everything. And you can't, just because I got Patrick Mahomes, I don't have to run that 50-50. I don't have to. I can run it 25%, 30% of the time just because
that's Patrick Mahomes.
Just because he elite.
That's because Patrick Mahomes, one in a million. Josh Allen,
Justin Herbert. You got all these dudes who are elite,
but they still have elite running backs. Austin Eckler with Justin Herbert,
right?
With Josh Allen, who's they running back?
Singletary.
Yeah, Mike Singletary.
But see, he's not elite.
But he's still solid though.
He's solid, but he's not elite.
Yeah. I mean, you know, Josh Allen do most of the running.
It's by committee, but see, in Buffalo, it's by committee with their running backs. You know what I'm saying?
True. They got 3 solid ones.
So you have to know what you can do, because this is how you know a quarterback is elite rather than just a good quarterback. True. If you know he gonna pass it and you still can't stop him.
That's Patrick Mahomes.
That's Patrick Mahomes. That's Aaron Rodgers.
Yep.
That's Aaron Rodgers. That's Justin Herbert. 3rd and 10, you have to pray that Dak don't throw a damn interception. You gotta pray.
1st and 10, you gotta pray he don't throw an interception.
Bro, in all my years of watching football, last year was the very first time I seen a dude throw an out route, almost throw a pick six. The very next play, you throw it right back to him.
And throw a pick six.
I've never seen that a day in my life. I've never seen Pop Warner. Never seen it.
I just don't know what Dak was seeing all of last
season. He need to take that damn visor off.
True.
That might be, because it might be the clay headband situation all over again.
True.
Soon as you got that damn visor, bro.
It's throwing off your circulation.
It's throwing off your circulation. Yeah, and then is your shit fogging up? And what the fuck is your problem, bro? Is your visor fogging up on you, G? Like, bro, what are you looking at? But then at the same time, my nigga, the Cowboys have had the same color jerseys ever since their existence, bro. Yep. Blue and white.
Yep.
You throwing it to niggas. You're throwing the niggas with black and green jerseys on, bro. Red jerseys. What are you looking at? What are you looking at, Dak?
I think Dak need to get his eyes checked. He possibly need a stronger prescription on his contacts. It is.
But who else had an eye problem like that? Jameis freaking Winston.
Oh yeah.
And you see where he is now.
Yeah.
But see, when the market dictates something and we ain't got nobody else, because you worked your way up. Ain't nobody doubting you worked your way up from a 4th round pick.
Yeah.
And you good. But you're not elite, Dak.
Nah, he's not.
You're not elite, bro.
And they steady and people steady throw him in the elite category.
And he not.
In reality, Dak is not a top 10 quarterback in the league.
He's not.
He makes too many mistakes.
Too
many consistent mistakes. It's only a mistake if you keep doing it.
Exactly.
And he keeps doing it. You know what I'm saying? Like,
and that's what I'm saying. Like, that's how you know. That's what I was like. Why the running game was so important. Dallas is one of those teams you have to 50-50. Yeah. You have to. Because Dak is not elite to that point.
Right.
We've seen him.
You got to keep the defense guessing.
You got to keep, because once them linebackers come up and then the safeties open up them passing lanes, how many times we done seen a play action a bootleg, and he got 3 options. You got the tight end who block, then go into the flat.
Mm-hmm.
You got a receiver about the mid level, and then you got one receiver deep.
Mm-hmm.
That's how simple Kellen Moore's offense was.
Yep.
And you couldn't even
and then a check down with the running back. A check down at the other flat with the running back.
Yeah. -2 yards, -1 yard.
Yep.
I ain't never seen no offense do that consistently. You just gonna swing it out to him? You just gonna swing it out to him.
And hope he make a play.
And hope he make a play. First of all, if I think I got a blitz, right? Obviously, I got to throw it hot. And if my running back is my hot read and I see somebody coming to tackle, throw it at his feet. You do it to every other receiver anyway.
Yep.
How many times Dalton Schultz go to the stick, 5-yard stick route?
And the ball is
lay down to get that hoe.
And then sometimes the ball is just at his cleats.
At his cleats, bro.
Like, Dak needs to work on his accuracy.
But see, it's a lot. Like, when you baby Dak, bro,
True.
You think you better than what you really are.
True.
You think you elite because you got paid, and you think you elite because you a quarterback on a coveted franchise. But bro, you're not elite like that. People are not scared of you, Dak.
That, and ever since the injury, Dak doesn't really run anymore, which doesn't keep the defense honest. You know what I'm saying? They kind of know that. Okay, we only got to worry about him running maybe 10% of the time, so we can sit back on the receivers.
Exactly,
because we pretty much know what you're gonna do.
But then you don't even have to sit back on the receivers. All you got to do is press.
Yep.
Press and throw off the time, and that is where you gonna run. You can't run no more.
Yep.
But then at the same time, you understand it from his perspective, because if you look down and your ankle is your freaking foot like a 9-iron, bro. Yeah. You're gonna have PTSD after that.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
That's why I say I get it.
But at the same time, bro, the whole position is meant to throw the ball. It's meant to throw it. The evolution of the quarterback has brought in guys who can run as well as throw, but you're not one of those guys. You was always a power runner.
True.
You was never faster than nobody.
True.
You was always a power runner.
He was always a Cam 2.0 as far as running,
and not even, bro. I wouldn't even disrespect Cam like that.
You ain't lying, because Cam used to run people over.
But Cam used to run a 4.5.
Yeah.
Go look at his rookie. It's one run his rookie season, bro.
Yeah.
Nigga did an option, and it was against Atlanta, bro.
Yeah.
Nigga ran like 75 yards. You just saw 6'6", 250, 60 pounds running.
Yeah, Cam was different. Cam was different,
bro. But now, that, I would say, if you was gonna compare him to Cam Newton, compare that nigga to the New England Cam Newton that couldn't run.
Yeah.
I watched Cam do a bootleg in New England. I'm like, bro, it looked like he hurting, bro.
Yeah.
It looked like his foot hurting, bro.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
You could tell. Yeah.
I'm like, bro, he would have been had the first down a couple years ago.
Yep.
That nigga was struggling to get to the sideline, boy. That's what that looked like running, bro. That's what he looked like.
Or he just scared. I feel like he more scared to run, because he don't want what happened to his leg to happen
again. You understand that? But at the same time, you might as well quit the sport then, because anything can happen.
That's true.
Because all it takes is your offensive lineman falling back into you again.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? That's all it takes.
Yep.
How many times did we see a quarterback fell into their knee, tear their ACL? It happened to Joe Burrow his rookie season.
Yep.
Tore his ACL. Your offensive lineman got pushed into you.
Yep.
That can happen any play.
Yep.
So if you don't want to do that, if you got 1 yard to go, bro, and you say, nah, you know what? I don't want to. I'm scared I might break my leg again. My nigga, I need 1 yard. You know what I'm saying? I need 1 yard out of you, bro. Put your head down. Nah,
Put your head down and get there.
Perfect
example. Who in NFL history, and I know this is probably a stretch, but I know it's probably somewhat accurate, has the most 1 yard runs? Not even 1 yard touchdown runs. Who you think that is?
Most 1 yard runs in history? I don't know.
As a quarterback.
That?
Tom Brady.
Oh, all the quarterback sneaks.
Tom fucking Brady, bro.
Quarterback sneaks, bro.
That is the king of getting a yard as a quarterback, bro. And he's not even a runner.
Exactly.
Tom Brady's slow as shit.
Yep.
Tom Brady's speed on Madden like 50.
If that.
It's probably like 30. You know what I'm saying? Like, come on, bro. If Tom Brady can get a yard, you can get a yard, bro.
Yeah, bro. But at the same time, you have to remember, bro, that's why they say stay ahead of the chains. Too many times
we end up second 15. And I give it a lot of that was penalties. Yeah. A lot of that was penalties, but a lot of that was also Dak throwing dumbass passes behind the line of scrimmage. And the running back or the receiver can't do nothing.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
And then at the same time, if I end up in the 3rd and 1, too many times we end up in the 3rd and 1 because a receiver couldn't run after the catch.
Yep.
Look at the game. Matter of fact, look at the game in Jacksonville. It wasn't his fault, but it was his fault because you threw the bitch low.
Yeah.
Nigga had to go. I'm running the drag route. You gotta throw that bitch out here.
I gotta turn all the way back around. Stop my momentum.
Ball hit me in the chest, and then he catch it, and then run it back for 6.
Yep.
That's on both of us, really. Because the ball hit him in that 5 and the 8.
Yep.
But
it's
when I'm running full speed on a drag route.
Yep.
And then I gotta
reach back, stop my momentum.
That's crazy, bro.
Yep.
And then too many times, like, bro, it goes to an out route, bro. Like, I'll break it down in an example like this. If he can throw a speed out, elite quarterbacks are going to put it only where their receiver can get it, bro.
Yeah.
He has to pray that DB is just off. It's just too far off of him to make a play.
Perfect example of that is Aaron Rodgers. Aaron Rodgers puts the ball where he needs to put it.
He flicked that bitch
over the shoulder.
Bro, it can be Sauce
shoulder.
It don't matter who. It can be Sauce Gardner. All of that shit. You know what I'm saying? But the ball will be right here. The defender be right here swiping at that hoe over his shoulder. Yep. But I'm caught it with 2 feet in.
Yep.
Where if it's a defender anywhere on your hip, Dak throwing that bitch out of bounds or throwing that hoe at your feet, nigga.
Yep.
I don't want to pick.
He doesn't have any positioning with throwing the ball.
You don't have precision, bro.
Yeah, exactly.
That's what you don't have. You don't have precision. You have to play action to get niggas open, bro. That's your whole predicated offense, bro. But then you have dog niggas like CD who can run after the catch.
Yeah.
You don't give them an opportunity to run after the catch.
Yeah. You want to throw passes to him where he run 8 yards and sit down.
Sit down. Come on, bro. And then sometimes CD will have to wait on that bitch sitting down in the zone. He'll have to wait when he could catch it on the run and then keep going. Yep. And then too many times he got to sit and wait on that hoe. Yep. Bro, what are you waiting on? Do you realize anticipation is a key thing?
Yep.
Anticipation is a key thing. Yeah, and it's like you don't have it, bro. You don't have the anticipation and the timing and the accuracy, which is everything you need to be an elite quarterback. You a system quarterback, bro.
I ain't gonna lie, bro. Tony Romo needs to work with Dak just on quarterback intangibles.
Boy, I'm gonna let you know like this: either you got that accuracy thing or you don't, bro.
Yeah, that's true.
You either got that, because we watched Tom Brady throw a ball to a fucking yacht from another yacht.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Like, I literally watched Drew Brees. Like,
Drew Brees was
bro.
I'm talking about Madden every year. That man accuracy on 99.
Bro.
You know what I'm saying? He was just different.
He had dummies moving with like little bitty targets probably about this big, bro. 20 yards. He hitting them holes in the top of the target.
Bro, I seen a video of Drew Brees throwing a 60-yard pass through a hole like
in the net.
Yeah, in the net.
Yeah.
60 yards. Aaron Rodgers the same way. Like you said, you got it or you don't.
You know what I'm saying? And that, bro, you don't got that, bro. Nigga gotta be 5 yards open, boy. Nigga gotta. I'm talking about a radius.
And he still might overthrow him.
Exactly.
And he still might underthrow him.
And then I watched this nigga damn near get CD Lamb killed one time over
with that underthrow.
No, it was an overthrow.
Overthrow.
CD tried to go up and get that hoe. A nigga hit that nigga in the back, nigga. I'm like, God damn, Dak, you just gonna lay your nigga out there like that, bro? CD Lamb over there, like, God damn, bro.
Almost got me killed.
And then look at the fucking last play of the season, bro. Everybody look at that shit is like, that's how y'all offense is, bro. That's how That's how. First of all, that's how Kellen Moore offense was, predictable as shit.
Yep.
But then a joke of a play for your last play of the season. Zeke snapping the ball, get trucked. Nigga throw the ball, the nigga catch it, and immediately get his ass popped and the game over. You niggas didn't get one lateral out of that shit, bruh.
At all.
One lateral. It's ridiculous, man. But Dallas, until Jerry Jones give up, like,
until
control,
he step down, bro, we not gonna progress.
And until he takes himself, even if he don't sell the team, until he takes himself out of things,
out of making decisions.
Because if you look at the history, first of all, Jerry Jones is where he at because you would have liked the first dude to do trades and stuff like that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because you traded Herschel Walker in his prime.
Yeah.
And some draft picks for draft picks, which turned into Michael Irvin, Emmitt Smith, Troy Aikman.
Yeah.
You were the first owner to do that. So you was a trendsetter in that point, but your head got big. Because then you brought in Jimmy Johnson, somebody who know how to coach.
Yep.
Won 2 Super Bowls.
And then let him go.
Because he ain't a yes man. Because he's not a yes man. Yep. Then the very first, both years they won them Super Bowls, they beat San Francisco in the NFC Championship game.
Yep.
The very first year, Barry freaking Switzer was the coach. Y'all lost in the NFC Championship game. Because the same team.
Because he's doing what Jerry tell him to do.
But then they came and backdoored with another Super Bowl only because they lost that first year and the team decided we gonna do this.
Mm-hmm.
We're not gonna listen to the coach. We got this.
Mm-hmm.
What he called? Man, fuck that. Hey, Michael, run a 5-yard slant and I got you.
Yeah.
Hey, what kind of play? Man, we finna hand this shit to Emmett and run the game out.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Off talent. They won that bitch off talent. And then, my nigga, it took the Pittsburgh quarterback in Super Bowl 30 throwing 2 interceptions right to Larry Brown for y'all to win, bro.
Yep.
And he threw them whole right to that nigga. Wasn't no receiver in the area. Yep. So didn't nobody ever investigate that nigga for shaving points? Like, bro, I'm talking about, it was the same exact throw to the same exact nigga, same part of the field. Both times threw it right to him.
Yep.
That's y'all last Super Bowl.
But man, let's go and wrap it up, man. You know, especially talking about the Cowboys, we could definitely go for like another hour just talking about the Cowboys.
Right.
But let's go and wrap it up, man. Once again, it's your boy Note.
This is Jeff.
You know what I'm saying? This is the Dallas Sportscast. Want to appreciate all the listeners, all the watchers. Want to appreciate y'all showing us love. Make sure y'all drop a like on the video. Subscribe so you can catch more podcasts from us. Go ahead and subscribe. We're probably going to drop episode 2 next week. Talking about the last week's, everything going on in the sports world and everything. Make sure you turn them post notifications on so you'll see when we drop the next episode. And what else you got to say, man?
And we'll be back next week. Like No said, appreciate all the support and the love. We'll be back another week. Appreciate y'all tuning in. This is the raw version. Of course, we still learning on the fly. So, it's our first episode. Many more will come. Thank y'all so much for the support.
Appreciate y'all, man. Y'all everybody have a good day, man. And like I said, be sure to tune in to next week's episode. It's gonna be another banger. You know we coming with the heat. So, like I said, man, appreciate y'all, man. Y'all take it easy. Have a good one. Stay up.
Have a blessed week.
Sir.